Good morning, Ma'oy v'Rabotai. Be'ezrat Hashem Minhat this week is going to be 7:55. Please be on time. The learning today is the Ilui Nishmat Alon ben Naomi Avigail. Continuing the halachot, as we were discussing, if a Goyim makes bread for other Goyim or for himself on Shabbat, so there's a Machloket if a Jew is allowed to purchase or take from that bread on Shabbat. And we said what's one opinion holds that there's a problem of muktzeh because it was flour and then you had to make it bread. So once it started off as muktzeh on Shabbat, it doesn't lose its status of muktzeh even though it was made into bread. The other opinion holds en achen b'shel goy, that there's no problem muktzeh when it's owned by the goy because he doesn't set it aside from his mind and he's intending to use it even on Shabbat because he doesn't have a Shabbat. So for him, it's no concept of muktzeh. And since he's the owner, muktzeh is defined based on the ownership. And for him, it's not muktzeh. That means it wasn't set aside. That means it's not muktzeh for anybody. And the Jew is allowed to benefit from it the minute that it becomes bread. So that's one way of explaining the Machloket. But there's a whole nother track. There's a second track in the Rishonim, in the Aharonim, that explain it has nothing to do with muktzeh. The people that prohibit is not because of muktzeh, and the people that permit are permitting, they don't consider a problem muktzeh. The only issue that exists, according to this opinion, is because we're afraid when it comes to matters of food, even when the goy does something for himself, there's a fear that the next time he's going to do it for you. And that's a concern, because then he becomes your shaliach, he becomes your messenger, and it's a violation. So even though we know the halakha, we learned many weeks ago, that if a goy turns on a light, or lights a candle for himself, the Jew is allowed to benefit from it on Shabbat. Matters of food are more serious, and it's more concern that the next time you might hint to him, or he might figure out that you want it, and therefore the Chachamim prohibited even if he did it for himself. That's one opinion. The other opinion, the Yesh Matirim, holds, no, we're not choshesh for that, we're not concerned for that, and that is the Machloket according to some opinions. The Shulchan Aruch leaves it vague. It's unclear which opinion he holds is considered primary. There's a lot of nafkaminot. What if a goy fills up water, as an example, and he does it for himself? He doesn't do it for other people. Are you allowed to drink it? That's matters of food. Or, for example, if he makes coffee, and he's making it for goyim, and you want to buy it, like a coffee house, a coffee store that's making coffee, and you know the coffee is kasher, but it made it for goyim. It didn't make it for you. So are you allowed to use it? If it's a problem of muktzeh, so the issue of muktzeh doesn't apply by coffee. If it's a problem of matters of food, then you're more concerned that he'll do it the next time for you, even though this time he really did it for himself, so that would still be asur. Ikar adin, Hacham Ovadia rules against the Ben Ish Chai, and he says the main sivara is because of muktzeh. The main argument of why the Shulchan Aruch permitted it is because of muktzeh. And therefore, like the Shulchan Aruch was posek, lechatechila, you cannot be lenient. But if it's shata dahak, if it's case of great need, even by bread, Maran was meked on the issue of muktzeh, if it's a case of great need, like you have nothing else to have for that Shabbat, or you're in such a location, or there's no other bread, those types of cases are shata dahak. One would be permitted to be lenient. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.